was like probably 8th grade, and there was this student council meeting that was going on, and all the cool kids were gonna be in there. It was a pajama day.
Okay.
And so I was wearing sleep pants like everyone was, and I was like, oh, you know, it'd be funny if I pulled my sleep pants up real high.
The classic bit.
And I was like, everyone will laugh at this. And so I walked into the room, my sleep pants pulled up all high, and I was like, you know, doing that. And everyone did laugh. Since everyone laughed, I kept doing it the rest of the day. And finally, one of the cool kids, like 2 hours later, came over to me. And he was like, hey, the bit you're doing with your pants, like, I know people are laughing, but it's actually mean because we're getting like a really visible outline of your ball sack and also your asshole. And like your pants are so high up that like your balls are on like crazy display. And also your dick print is like really pronounced and no one wants to tell you. He's telling me this in the hallway while the pants are up. And I'm just standing there receiving it. And he tells me all of it. He goes, no one's tell you. And I go, thank you, Cooper. I kind of, during the conversation, I just kind of scooted the pants down. And then I thought I could trust Cooper.
And then, there's more?
Well, Cooper always got compliments on smelling really good. And so I thought I could trust him. And so 2 months later at an assembly, I was sitting by him. I was like, okay, I know how I can be really popular is if I just figure out what cologne Cooper wears. And he'll probably tell me because he was so cool to me about the pants.
Yeah, that's your girl.
That's my boy. Like,
that's cool about the nutsack thing.
That's gang, that's fam. And so I said, Cooper, what cologne do you wear? And he said, oh, it's just like, I don't know, my mom gets it for me. And I go, oh yeah, but like, what is it? And he goes, I really don't know, my mom gets it for me. And during this whole assembly, I just keep, every time I get a chance, being like, Cooper, do you even know like what the bottle looks like? You know? But I'm trying to play it cool. So I'm like, yeah, I almost wonder what the shape the bottle is. You know? And he's like, oh yeah, I don't remember, man. And like literally, I'm being so persistent because I think I'm being coy, you know. And then finally, I go, I need to know what cologne you wear. And he goes, if I tell you, will you just stop talking to me? And I go, yeah. And he did, and it was Lucky You. It was Lucky You cologne for men. And that night when I got home, I was like, Mom, you have to get me Lucky You cologne. No, it really was like scenic the way it played out. Like he would be talking to other people, he'd be like talking to the boys and like cutting up, and then there was a moment of silence. I'd be like, anyway, Coop.
I'm imagining you having to repeat because he can't. Like it gets a little loud.
Yeah.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper. No, like I was saying.
Speaking of smells,
you guys are fucking. No, you guys are so funny. Cooper, what color is the box it comes in? Yeah, text your mom.
Yeah. Cooper, what are the top notes? Give me sort of like middle. Is it like a musk, amber?
By the way, what I know now is he didn't want to tell me the clone because he didn't want to be clone brothers with me. He didn't want me running around smelling like him because that lowers his stock value.
That is real. That is
He
real.
didn't want me on the rise.
Yeah.
He was the original gatekeeper.
You smell like that fat gay kid.
Cooper, why do you smell like that? Fucking weird. And he knew the gatekeeper. Because the first thing I did when I found out was go get a bottle, honey. I have no way of knowing because I never checked back in, but I can almost guarantee you he switched clones.